welcome to the semifinal round. There's only 8 racers left, so we got the first 4 here for you today. So what we're going to do is start off here. We've got Skipper in today's race, and Skipper says when anyone rolls a 1 for their main move, I go next in turn order. Egg is the one where before the race, 3 new racers are drawn from the deck and 1 is picked, and Egg has its powers. I have already pre-selected those. I don't remember what they are. I know Rocket Scientist is the first one. And Rocket Scientist is the one where when I roll for my main move, I can double that number, and if I do, I trip. So Egg will be able to do that in the first round of this race. Lackey is the one where when another racer rolls a 6, Lackey will move 2 before that racer moves. And Romantic is the one when anyone stops on a space with exactly 1 other racer, Romantic will move 2. All right, well, let's get it started. Skipper is up first in this round. We are going to rotate the racers. That's a 4 for Skipper. Egg is also going 4, and since Egg has stopped in the same space as 1 other racer, Romantic goes 2. Lackey with a 3. And now Romantic, a 5. Skipper, it's a 4. Egg, a 3. Stops on the same space as 1 other racer, and Romantic will go 2. Lackey, just a 1. And because Lackey rolled a 1, it is now Skipper's turn. Skipper goes 3. And so we start back again now with Egg. Egg gets a 6. Lackey's going to go 2 spaces first, and then Egg is actually going to use Rocket Scientist's power and double that 6, make it a 12. But it exhausts Egg. Lackey is now up. Gets a 1. And now that means Skipper is going to go again. Skipper with a 6. Oh, that means Lackey moves 2. And now Romantic moves 2. And Romantic moves 2 again. Now Skipper with a 6. Egg is just going to stand up. Lackey, 3. Romantic, 4. And is going to move 2 since it's stopped on the space as 1 other, and is going to do that again. So powerful. Skipper, 2. That's going to cause Romantic to go 2 again. Egg with a 2. Lackey, it's a 6. Romantic, a 4. Skipper, a 5. Egg gets a 5. It's going to double that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Egg is going to get in. Lackey, a 4. I should say, I forgot to mention, the 2 of these racers are going to the final 4. And of course, among the final 4, only 1 will ultimately win. Okay, Romantic is in. So Romantic gets 2nd place in that one. All right, let's go to the next side. All right, Romantic's up first. And it's a 5 and trips. Lackey, a 1. That's going to be a point for Lackey. but it means skipper goes next. Oops, you know what? I forgot to put my card out for egg. Egg has banana's power in this round, and banana says they will trip any racer that passes them. So skipper, a 4. Back to romantic, who stands up. Lackey, 2. Egg, a 3. That's going to move romantic 2 and then 3 more. Skipper, 4. Romantic, it's a 6. Lackey goes 2 but trips. And then romantic goes back 4. Lackey is just going to stand. Egg, it's a 2, and egg trips, but lands on the same space as one of the racer. So romantic goes 2. Skipper, 5. And skipper picks up a point. Romantic with a 2 and goes back 4. Lackey, it's a 4. Egg is just going to stand. Skipper, 4, and trips. Romantic with a 3. Lackey, it's a 6. Lands in the same space as one of the racers, so romantic goes 2, but romantic trips, landing on this space, and romantic goes 2 more. Egg, who's finding itself way behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skipper stands. Romantic stands. Lackey with a 5. Egg, it's a 6. That's going to move Lackey 2. Skipper, it's a 2. That's going to let romantic go 2 more. And romantic is up now. It's a 6. That's going to move Lackey 2, but then back 2. Lackey is up. Gets a 4 when trips. Oh, poor Lackey, just being stifled. Egg with a 1. Goes forward 1, then back 4. And it's skipper's turn anyhow. Skipper with a 2. Romantic now is in. Lackey just stands. Egg with a 3. Skipper, a 1. And skipper gets to go again. It's a 2, and then back 2. Lackey is in. All right, so halfway through this first semifinal, we got romantic with 5, Lackey with 3, egg with 3, and skipper with 1. Let's do it 2 more times. And we're back here in the third round. Egg is going to use Scoocher's power. When another racer's power happens, Scoocher moves 1. So in this case, it will be egg that moves 1. Lackey is up first, and it's a 4. Skipper, a 3. Romantic, it's a 4, and now we'll go 2 more. And because that power happened, egg moves 1. It is now egg's turn. Egg gets a 1, which is going to invoke skipper's power. So because that power happened, egg moves 1, which allows romantic to move 2. So egg moves 1, which again allows romantic to go 2, and because that power happened, egg moves 1. It is now Skipper's turn. And it's a 3. Romantic, a 2. Egg, a 2. Lackey, a 6. Skipper, a 1. A few things happen here because they land on the same space as one on the racer. Romantic goes 2. And also, since Skipper's power is triggered, that means that's 1 space for each of those things for egg. It is now Skipper's turn, and it's a 3. Lands in the same space as one on the racer. Romantic goes 2. Allows egg to go 1. Romantic now with a 3. Egg, a 6. That's going to allow Lackey to go 2, which means egg goes 1 first and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lackey, a 1. That's going to trigger Skipper's power, which allows egg to go 1. And it's Skipper's turn. Well, Skipper's turn anyway. It's a 6. Allows Lackey to go 2. Invokes egg's power, who goes 1. Which allows Romantic to go 2, which invokes egg's power to go 1. And now Skipper will do his 6 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Romantic, a 3. Egg, a 2. Lackey, a 1. That is going to trigger Skipper's power, but because Lackey lands on the same space as one of the racer, moves Romantic 2, which also then triggers egg's power, who's using Scoocher. Okay, back to Skipper. 5. Romantic with a 3. Egg, a 6. That is going to move Lackey 2. Move egg 1 because it triggered Lackey, and now the 6 pushes egg in. Lackey, a 1. That is going to make it Skipper's turn. It was Skipper's turn anyway. 5. And Romantic will walk in. All right, going into the final round, we have egg with 7. We've got Romantic with 7. Skipper with 1. Lackey with 3. All right, final round. Here we go to determine who are going to be 2 of the final 4. Now egg is using hare's power, which means egg gets +2 to the main move. But if egg starts its turn alone in the lead, then egg just skips the main move altogether. Egg is actually up first. It's a 3, so that's actually going to be a 5 because of the +2. Causes egg to trip right away. Romantic. 5. Romantic also trips, but lands on the same space as one of the racers, so trips forward 2, and then that allows Romantic to go 3. The breaks that Romantic gets sometimes. Wow. Skipper. 6. That's going to cause Lackey to go 2. And then Skipper goes 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lackey with a 1. That's going to mean that it's Skipper's turn again. Skipper gets a 1. Allows him to go forward 3. Moves Romantic ahead 2. And it's still Skipper's turn. It's a 6. Moves Lackey 2, who trips. That allows Romantic to go forward twice. And now skipper with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back 4. Lackey is just going to stand now, and so is egg. Romantic is also just going to stand. Skipper is up. It's a 6. Lackey goes 2, and then 3 more. So skipper will now go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lackey is up. It's in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back 4. All right. Egg. It's a 5. But plus 2, 6, 7. And because land in the same space as one other racer, Romantic goes forward 2, but then Romantic goes back 4. Romantic is now up. Gets a 3. Skipper, a 6. That moves Lackey 2. And then skipper goes back 2. Lackey, 3. Lackey trips. Egg is going to have a plus 2. So that's going to be 7. Romantic with a 2 trips, but trips forward, but trips activates his power, goes 2, activates the power again, goes 2 more. Skipper with a 1 allows skipper to go forward 2, but now skipper gets to go again. Another 1, but trips. It's now skipper's turn yet again. Skipper just stands this time. Lackey just stands. Egg is going with a plus 2. That's 4. Egg goes forward 2. Romantic just stands. Skipper is in with a first place finish, finally. Lackey, a 6. Falls forward 2. That allows Romantic to go 2 and 2 more. It's neck and neck and neck for second place. Egg just goes 1. Actually, that's a 3. Romantic, it's a 5. Romantic finishes. Okay, so we've got egg with 7 points, and we've got Romantic with 10 points, 6 and 4 for the other 2. Skipper tried, but just fell short. We've got Romantic and Egg in the final 4. All right, let's see what happens with the other race.